This is KCTV5 News. It's your morning at 4:30 a.m.
Well, a well-known donut shop in town is trying their hand at providing some healthy treats for people.
Yeah, we sent KCTV5's Bonnie and Lee to find out what this is all about and see if it actually makes a difference. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning. I know you two are very jealous. This is LaMar's Donuts' new whole grain donut, and I have Kayde Pierce here with LaMar's Donuts to tell us a little bit more about how this concept came about.
Well, LaMar's Donuts really is very conscious of trends, and as our consumers become more and more health conscious, we really wanted to pay attention to that and let them really drive the innovation that we put into place here in the stores.
So they told you what?
So, we get a lot of, oh, you're a donut shop, I don't want to fall off my New Year's resolution or my diet, and we really wanted to offer them a more health conscious option as a result of that. We wanted to combat those people who are a little bit afraid to come in, especially at this time of the year.
Absolutely. And we did get a chance to speak with the dietitian about how this really compares to a typical donut. Take a listen.
Going to have a treat. If that's going to be a special occasion item that you have a donut, that's fine. But as making that part of your healthy eating meal plan, I would say probably not.
Okay, so we had a chance to hear from a dietitian. She says this isn't really a weight loss diet plan. What is your response to that?
We definitely don't advocate a diet chock full of donuts, especially for people who are trying to lose weight or, battle certain health issues. But everybody really likes the occasional indulgence. And that's really where we wanted to come into play with this particular product. We wanted to offer them something that perhaps if they felt like they were maybe falling off the wagon, they weren't falling quite so far.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. And now you know there's a whole grain option here at LaMar's. We do know that the calories compare kind of similar to the typical, but it is half the carbs. So if you're on the Atkins diet, it might be a little better choice for you. Reporting live, Bonnie and Lee, KCTV5 News.
This is KCTV5 News. It's your morning at 5 a.m.
A donut made with healthier ingredients. While it has less calories than a normal donut, we want to know if it can actually be considered healthy.
LaMar's is adding it to their menu, and KCTV5's Bonnie and Lee is finding out all about it. Bonnie is live in Overland Park this morning with more on a very sweet assignment this morning, Bonnie.
Good morning. I know, take a look at these donuts. They look delicious. These donuts are whole grain, and they look just like any other donut. And we have Kayde Pierce here to tell us a little bit more about how this concept came about.
Well, we really focus on the needs of our consumers, and as with the ever-growing health-conscious customer comes into our store, we really wanted to listen to their needs.
We got a chance to speak with the dietitian about how healthy these donuts really compare to the typical, so take a listen.
Have a treat. If that's going to be a special occasion item that you have a donut, that's fine. But as making that part of your healthy eating meal plan, I would say probably not.
Okay, Kayde, so we got to hear from a dietitian. They say the calories compare just about the same as a typical, less carbs. How difficult was it to keep this recipe realistic, yet keeping that health conscious community in mind?
Yes, absolutely. We really researched this a lot. We went back and forth in between the lab, modifying our recipe, back and forth, doing taste tests and getting feedback. And we really arrived at an amazing product. It's really, really tasty. But we did it in a way that didn't compromise the sweet indulgence that we like to promise our customers, but we made it more nutritious. And that's really the goal that we were shooting for.
So it's not exactly a way to lose weight, is what you're saying?
Correct. This is not a diet donut. Donuts are not the foundation or the building blocks of a diet, but we all need to reward ourselves, and we all want that sweet indulgence, because diets are no fun. So when you come into LaMar's, you do have an option.
Absolutely. Okay, fair enough. Thank you so much. And we've had a chance to taste the whole grain donut, and it does taste exactly the same. It is really good, and you know that there's more fiber, so
Bonnie, really?
No wonder you wanted this story
I thought you were talking with your mouth full.
How rude.
But Bonnie works out.
I waited till I was done.
Hey, you're a PT queen. We know how it goes. Bonnie, thanks. See you soon. Well, there's a new kind of donut on the menu over at LaMar's made with healthier ingredients.
But does that mean you don't have to worry as much about packing on the pounds while sinking your teeth into this new treat? KCTV5's Banyan Lee is finding out. She's live from Overland Park with a full stomach, right, Banyan?
Absolutely. I've been taste testing these whole grain donuts, and they're really, to me, in my personal opinion, there's not much difference. LaMar's Donuts just rolled these whole grain donuts out because of a lot of customer feedback, and I have Kayde Pierce here with LaMar's to tell us a little bit more about where this concept came from. What were you hearing from your customers?
You know, we were hearing a lot of people who wanted to come in and indulge, but without having to feel guilty about it. You know, a lot of customers kind of afraid to come in and try the product because they were afraid it wasn't going to taste very good. You know, how could something that has added nutrition really be good? And we really wanted to prove them wrong.
Tell me a bit about the process. How difficult was it to keep this realistic? You know, we're talking donuts at the end of the day, right?
Right, exactly. And, you know, in initial products that we pulled out of the lab, you know, we got, oh, it kind of tastes like a dinner roll, you know, when people think whole wheat. And, you know, I tried one of the first prototypes out there, and it did. It tasted like a dinner roll. And we sent it back and forth through the lab and did consistent taste tests with consumers and in-house, and really arrived at something that is really delicious. Doesn't remind me of a dinner roll. I don't know about you, but...
No, not at all.
Yeah, well, that's great.
Well, can you tell me a little bit about you know, we don't have to get into the specifics. We talked to a dietitian about the nutritional facts, but the one thing that you've told me this morning is you guys are being very honest about this. This isn't necessarily a diet plan to lose weight, right?
Exactly. This is a sweet indulgence. We all need those in our lives. We love to treat ourselves. When you come into a donut shop, you expect to be treating yourself. And this is a more nutritious way to do that.
Right. Okay, well, thank you for joining us this morning. We did get to talk to a dietitian. We know that the calories are about the same, but there are half the carbs and more fiber by maybe a gram or two. So there are some upsides to this. So if you want to indulge, this might be a healthier option, but by no means a way to lose weight. Reporting live, back to you.
This is KCTV5 News. It's your morning at 6 a.m.
A healthier indulgence. LaMar's is making a donut they say is a better alternative. So we talked to a dietitian. The time is 6 o'clock on your Thursday morning in Kansas City. Your morning starts now.
LaMar's says that they are rolling out a healthier donut, so we are putting it to the test.
KCTV5's Banyan Lee showed the recipe to a dietitian, and she joins us live now at the donut shop in Overland Park with more. Good morning, Banyan.
Good morning. Well, we're in the kitchen at LaMar's Donuts in Overland Park, and we did get to take a closer look with the dietitian. The facts is the calories are the same, the fat grams are the same. However, it's half the carb count as well as more fiber. So there are some good and there are some just the same as the typical donut. Now I have Master Chef here, Dilgash Ali, to tell me a little bit more about this process. What did you do when they came to you and said, we want a healthy donut? How difficult was that?
Well, it was a challenge for me, but the first thing I did, I pretty much took the regular white flour and turned it into, I used the wheat flour for the whole grain donuts. But also I had to do a different recipes because they didn't come out as right, and we don't want to just compromise for, you know, a bad product or a bad tasting product. We want a healthy product, but also we want it to taste really good as well as all of our other products.
So people might be wondering, and I got to taste it, but people at home who have not tasted it yet, did you use less sugar? Is it just as sweet? Because people still want a donut, right?
I think it's probably about just as sweet. I think it tastes fantastic, and I think everybody should definitely come to the store and try it out. But it's definitely a healthy product, but it does taste fantastic. So I recommend for everybody to come down and try it out.
Great. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And yeah, they've been telling me all morning, this is by no means a way to lose weight. This is just a healthier option if you're in the mood for a donut. Reporting live, back to you guys.
I think we're all in the mood for a donut right now, Bonnie, after seeing that great tasty video. Thank you.
A healthier indulgence? LaMar's Donuts, making a donut that they say is a better alternative, so we talked to a dietitian. Time is 6:30 on this Thursday, January the 26th in Kansas City. Your morning starts now.
LaMar's Donut says it's rolling out a healthier donut. So we're putting it to the test.
KCTV5's Banyan Lee, she showed the recipe to a nutritionist, and she joins us now live at the donut shop in Overland Park with the story. Banyan, good morning.
Good morning. We are literally going to put this to the test here. We have a customer, Chris Gillenbeck, who just walked in, and I pulled him in to do a taste test. We have not told him which ones are the whole grain donuts and which ones are the typical donuts. So, Chris, dig in. Let's see if you can tell. And Katie, what is he eating right now?
He is eating.
Don't tell us what it's made of.
He is eating one of the cake donuts, or now he's eating the second. What do you think of the first?
How fast can you eat that?
Yeah. Compared to the second, what do you think?
Can you tell which one is? Try the third one. Okay. All right. So which one would you think is whole grain?
I would guess that this one is whole grain.
Okay.
And maybe this one.
Okay, so what do you think? I mean, would you buy a whole grain?
Yeah, if I didn't know I was looking for something different, I wouldn't know the difference in those two donuts.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. We did get to talk to a dietitian about the nutritional value of this. The plain fact of the matter is the calories and the fat count are the same, but they are half the amount of carbs as well as more fiber. So there are some good things about this nutritionally. And Kayde Pierce told us that they got this idea because customers came in wanting a healthier option, but they've told me all morning they're not here to help people lose weight by eating donuts. It's just a healthier option if you're in the mood for sweets. Fair enough. Reporting live, back to you.
Yeah, I'm in the mood for sweets right now. Thanks for showing off those donuts, Banyan.